So, do you like scary stories? Do you enjoy being afraid? Well, sit back and listen as I tell you all about my terrifying editing capabilities. It was a normal day. The sun was out, the birds were singing, everything occasionally slipped into slow motion. I set off to take my dog on her daily walk. Yet something was amiss. Maybe it was the way that she stopped to sniff every brick in that wall. Or maybe it was the way that the camera was slightly out of focus. But it just seemed like something was trying to tell me no. There was a small voice in the back of my head, lingering within my mind, saying turn back, go home. Ignore the sun flare on the lens. But did I listen? No. I carried on. My dog would be walked this day. I should have listened. Now the track itself is an old abandoned railway line. It hasn't been used for years. It's now mainly overgrown bush and trees with a stone path. The tracks themselves are long gone. But not this day. On this day, something else was present. Something powerful. Something malevolent. Something evil. I approached the track's one main landmark, an old brick bridge. I was unaware that I was not alone. From atop the structure, I was being watched by someone in flip-flops. As I passed under the bridge, something happened. A bizarre fade effect came over me, and I appeared to be in a new realm, an exact replica of my own, and with no discernible differences. Spooky. I quickly reached one of my favoured smoking spots, It was an old bench in a nice, secluded and serene part of the track. I would stop here often, roll a cigarette, smoke it, and then turn back. So I quickly set to rolling my own. My voyeuristic follower, meanwhile, was dry humping a nearby tree. My dog, realising that this was the usual point in which we turn around, quickly made herself busy, and started investigating the nearby bushes. Twice, it would seem. I sat and pondered the great mysteries of life. All the while being watched. Who invented tweed? A why pie? And why was that tree violently shaking? After I finished my cigarette, and after After Effects decides to violently mangle my soundtrack, it was time to head home. Again, in slow motion. And after a cheeky glance at the camera.
Throw a stick or something in for her.
Mary!
After one quick scene of walking to imply that I have been walking all day, the sun begins to set. Seeking shelter for the coming night, I came across a makeshift campsite and a motorbike. Within this campsite, there was a makeshift fireplace made of brick, an axe, and some kind of note. I bent down to investigate further. Eventually. The note itself was a crudely scrawled message. I have no idea who left it, but I have taken up ventriloquism. Defeat the Keeper. Find the way.
What?
I have no idea what the axe was doing there. Maybe the person that left the note left this for me as well. It just didn't make sense.
Just what is going on?
After investigating the mystery objects, I sat down to gather my thoughts. Just what is happening, I thought. What is going on? What is this? The gravity of the situation struck hard, and I turned to a long-forgotten chocolate bar for comfort. You know, that sweet chewy chew that you can only get from a fat bar. Mmm, fat bar. Even dogs love a good fat. Yes. Anyway. After giving the last few scraps of the fat bar to my dog, I settled down for the night.
Okay.
After waking, and some more amateur ventriloquism, I discovered that my dog was missing. Did she run?
Damn you, dog.
Did someone take her? I don't know. And I still don't to this day. But she is not here.
That acting.
To move on.
I sat with another cigarette and tried to wrap my head around what was happening. It didn't go well. I took this time to re-evaluate the note that was left for me. It could be a trick. Someone could be leading me on. After all, they had already taken my dog. I decided that no matter what, I'd feel safer with an axe in hand. So that was it. I set off. I set off to see if I could find a way home. I walked for hours. With night approaching, I stopped to collect some firewood. At least tonight I would have some light.
You can't see it actually hitting the tree because there are nettles in the way.
I also had some disembodied voices telling me when I was in shot. To the cheers of my fans, and with sticks in hand, I made my way back to the camp. Now, I never actually was a Boy Scout, but years of experience with an open hearth and a few firelighters helped me to construct a simple, rudimentary campfire. After the short montage, I sat around my creation and did manly, outdoor things, like mourn the loss of my dog. And collect more firewood. That's when things went a little odd. Suddenly, from the brush, my sister appeared, clothed in some fabric we found in the Halloween box. The creature attacked. The following fight lasted for what seems hours. So here's some mood-setting music.
Swearing that I had shot more fight scenes, the creature was dispatched. Upon examining the remains, it seems the creature had evaporated, leaving behind nothing but a strange stone that seemed to serve no purpose. Exhausted, I sat down by the fire and examined the stone. The excitement was far too much for me, and it wasn't long before I passed out for the night. But only after giving it some Lionel Richie. The next morning, I awoke. I defeated the Keeper. So now, it was time to find the way. I took my axe, the dog lead, and I headed out of camp. Wow. In incredibly slow motion. As I was leaving, from the corner of my eye, I noticed the stone giving off a weird light. It obviously wanted to come with me. Back on the train, back on the main track, I noticed that the stone got brighter when pointed in a certain direction. It must be showing me the way. The way to what? Well, there was only one way to find out. I walked for what seemed to be hours, following the stone's light. It led me to places of the track that I had never seen before. Hugely overgrown snickets and steep climbs. There was more motorbikes. After taking out my frustration of having to climb on the ground and the rocks nearby, I eventually came to a small spring. Damn you, floor, making me climb. Now, ignoring the stairs to the left of the spring, and swearing proudly at the nearby axe thieves, I climbed up to the spring's source.
These motherfuckers better not.
I sat a while and rested up. While showing up. The stone's light haven't faded yet. Eventually, I found myself back at the bridge. I was so relieved. And yet, that's not all that was waiting for me. So, a happy ending this time, folks. Please join me next time for another spooky story.
That's it.
Please note, no dogs were harmed or bummed in the making of this video. Well,
cold state line, miles away from those I love, purpose hard to find. While I recall the words you spoke to me, can't help but wish that I was there, like where I'd love to be. Oh yeah. Dear God, the only thing I ask of you much too far away. We all need that person who can be true to you, but I left her when I found her, and now I wish I'd stay.